He is the son of one of Canada's most famous prime ministers, and now, more than 40 years later, he is following his father's footsteps. He is one of the frontrunners in the race to become the next leader of the federal Liberal Party, and maybe even the country's next prime minister. He is Justin Trudeau, and he's live at Loyalist. Good morning and welcome to this special live broadcast of Justin Trudeau live at Loyalist. I'm Mark Venema. We're broadcasting from Alumni Hall where Justin Trudeau is expected to take the stage at 10:30. He arrived at Loyalist College just minutes ago. Right now he's touring the Department of Media Studies. That tour will end here in Alumni Hall where he will deliver a quick speech and have a Q&A session with students. We're bringing his speech as soon as he takes the stage. But first, we start off with QNet's Sean Macy. Sean has been following Trudeau on his tour and joins us now. Sean, can you tell us about this morning's tour so far?
Well, you know, he came in, he was a bit early, but people were swarming him as he went through the photojournalism wing. He toured there, and they actually showed him a quick picture that an old photojournalism student took of him 2 years ago. Then he was making his way down to the television new media, where he was going to do a quick interview with one of their students regarding the state of cultural industries in Canada. He was then going to go to the journalism newsroom. There was going to be a swarm of students there. He was going to do a scrum type thing to train those students. And then he'll be joining us here in Alumni Hall before we know it.
Okay, now Justin, no stranger to colleges and universities as of late.
No, not at all, Mark. You're completely right. Just yesterday he was at Queen's University in Kingston. And this afternoon, he'll be on his way to Trent in Peterborough to go see students there. And he's clearly going to appeal to the youth and get them excited about politics and him specifically.
All right, thank you, Sean. Well, on Christmas Day in 1971, Justin Trudeau became just the second child ever born to a serving Canadian Prime Minister. His father, Pierre Elliott Trudeau, led this country for 16 years. What was called Trudeau-mania gripped the nation. Trudeau Sr. was young, energetic, and according to the ladies, easy on the eyes. Fast forward to 2013, and some say Trudeau-mania 2.0 is starting. Here's Harrison Perkins with that story.
Cameras flash and people swarm to catch a glimpse of Canadian political royalty. Wherever Justin Trudeau goes, a frenzy follows. It's Trudeau-mania 2.0. At Loyalist College, some recognize him right away.
That's Justin Trudeau.
For others, it takes a little longer.
You know who this guy is, sir?
I forget. Justin. I knew Trudeau, kind of studied in school, so he looks just like him.
There's a curiosity about Justin Trudeau. Will he follow in his father's footsteps? Then there are his looks. Althea Raj is the Ottawa bureau chief for the Huffington Post. She says his brown curly hair, straight nose, high cheekbones, and sense of style attract people to him.
We wouldn't be talking about Trudeau-mania 2 if he was really ugly. People like to cheer for someone that they admire and that they want to look like.
The son of Pierre Elliott Trudeau has been in politics for just 4 years, but the hype is growing around the man who is considered to be the frontrunner in the race to run the Liberals and maybe even the country one day. Raj says Trudeau is a shoo-in.
If he loses this race, it will be the worst catastrophe in political circles, and we were going to be reading about it in political books for years to come.
We will see if Trudeau lives up to the hype when the Liberals choose a new leader in April. Harrison Perkins, QNet News.
Thank you, Harrison. Kim Rudd is a former Liberal candidate. She's been with Trudeau on his Ontario tour. She joins me now. Kim, Trudeau has been visiting mostly colleges and universities. Can you kind of tell me why that is?
Well, one of the things that Justin's doing on this tour, and as he's been doing all across the country, and one of the reasons he got involved as a leadership candidate, is to re-engage the youth in this country. As we know, we have such a low voter turnout in terms of the youth population. There's a bit of apathy, and he really wants them to be part of the conversation. They are our next generation, and we are looking for them to come forward and have a say in what happens to Canada in their generation and beyond.
Now, you say he's focusing on the youth. What will he do for the youth better than the other politicians?
Well, one of the things I think he's already done for the youth is that he's begun to engage them in the process, in the democratic process. And when that happens, you feel engaged, you actually have a sense of being in it for the greater good, for making a difference, for making your life better, for making other people's lives better. So the engagement's already started. And as you know, he's very focused on the global economy and the prosperity of our country and the middle class. And if you talk to young people right now, for the first time in ever, for the first time in ever, we're going to see that the generation of today will not be any better off than their parents were. And that's the first time in our history. So it's a real focus of his.
Okay. How does Justin line up against some of the other front runners? What would Justin do for Canada that maybe they wouldn't?
Well, I think one of the things he's already done, as I said, is look at it from a global perspective in terms of engaging the youth, in terms of getting people excited about politics again. The other thing he's come out very clearly on are things around democratic reform, which I think everyone I've spoken to certainly believes that democratic reform needs to happen in this country. So in terms of his international trade positions, there's lots of things that I think Justin's already been very clear.
Okay, I'm now hearing that Justin Trudeau is taking Alumni Hall. We will join that coverage now. Justin Trudeau, live at Loyalist. All right, well, Justin Trudeau's visit to Loyalist College is officially a wrap. Obviously, at the end there, you were seeing some tears from Justin as he was presented a photo from a Belleville police officer whose father was actually saluting Justin and his father back when Justin was just 2 years old. We're going to throw it over to Austin Mackay now in the crowd. Austin. Okay, actually, we're going to have Sean come in now. Sean, what was the highlight for you today?
I think for me, it was definitely just seeing students almost fighting to get a seat in here, you know, excited about politics at Loyalist College. It was a refreshing scene.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Alumni Hall here at Loyalist College, I've been to quite a few events here. Never seen Alumni Hall packed like it was today. There was standing room only, flashes going off virtually the whole time Justin Trudeau was up on the stage. Actually, the second floor above us here, there are windows, and the entire time there were people up there taking pictures. Anyways, now we're going to throw it over to Austin. Austin.
Thanks, Mark. I'm here in Alumni Hall, where the mood went from completely electric to touching after a heartwarming presentation of a picture of baby Justin. There's a strong showing of local support, liberal support, and a tough student support here too. I'm here with first-year nursing student, Chanel Schreier. You've been following Justin for a while. What do you make of today's speech?
It was absolutely not heartwarming what you said, but it was amazing just to hear him speak on so many great topics and really talking about how our country does need a good change and we do need that fresh face coming in, and how we don't want to go through the process of elimination who's going to be the better candidate for our Prime Minister or just for our leaders in this country, but to actually vote for someone. So that was really, really fantastic to hear.
What was your reaction when you saw Mr. Trudeau start to tear up?
Well, honestly, I did what all girls do, and I went the whole "ah," and it's heartwarming that he's also a family man, that his parents and his family are still very important to him, and the fact that people can relate, and it's just heartwarming.
Alrighty, thank you. Back to you, Mark.
Thanks, Austin. Well, we're back here. As you can see here behind us, Justin Trudeau still here in the media scrum. A lot of media actually here taking photos, asking him questions. Once again, that was Justin Trudeau live at Loyalist, the MP for Papineau and the federal Liberal candidate, going on an Ontario tour of colleges and universities, trying to appeal to the youth vote. Joined once again by Sean Macy. Sean, final thoughts.
Oh, he completely lived up to the hype. You know, this place, like you said before, it's as packed as I've ever seen it, you and I both. And, he's going to continue his tour of colleges and universities. And, no doubt it's going to be just like this everywhere he goes.
And as Justin said at the very end there, he shed a tear. He said that was the first time ever on this tour that he shed a tear, seeing pictures of his dad and his mom, things like that. Obviously, a very emotional story with the Belleville police officer and his father and Justin's father as well. Anyways, that's our show for today. For all these stories and all this coverage, go to QNet News. For Sean Macy and for the rest of the QNet News team, thanks for watching.
she was going to ask.